is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin podcast. Jack, how you doing, man?
Hey man, I'm good. I'm going on this classic journey of gaming, so I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it.
We are gonna get up into that a little bit later. Hey, dog boy, what's up? Yeah, dude, I was watching it till halftime. Boy,
Well, I be tapped out on football when I hear people be upset and pissed. I'm like, man, I can only
bro,
imagine what's
you
going
think
on.
people upset? They gonna really be mad? Boy. All right, people. Let's just put it like this: the ass whooping that the Packers are giving. Do not go to work tomorrow and antagonize your Cowboys fan. They might snap on you. Just don't
Yes,
do it.
like I said, I done been out the mix for a minute. The fact that the Cowboys still have the same narrative is wild.
Yeah,
Like at some point, are you not trying to do better? Like
yeah.
for somebody such as myself that can literally say, "Okay, Cowboys ain't winning nothing," and I don't even watch. It's crazy. I feel confident.
Yeah, boy. All right, so
They
first things
starting to
first
BS
tonight before
already. They starting already.
Master Detective, we're gonna get into that in a little bit. First things first though, we do have our first little developer direct. Now y'all know what happened last year when we did our
Mm.
Xbox developer direct. We kind of got told about ourselves,
Oh yeah. Oh
even though
yeah.
we wasn't lying.
Look, man. It's sometimes it's hard to be writing out in these streets, but sometimes we gotta do it. We gotta do what
Yeah,
we gotta do.
we gotta do what we gotta do. So, Developer Direct for 2024 is January 18th, 3 p.m. for us on the East Coast, 8 p.m. GMT, and 12 p.m. Pacific. So, well, we're gonna try to do it live. The problem is where I'm living at is supposed to snow
Mm.
on that Thursday. So, depending on how early I can get off work, we may do it live. We may have to do it a little bit after that.
Okay.
There is also an Elder Scrolls Online update that's taking place the hour after the Developer Direct is over with. So it's going to be basically a twofer, I guess. Um,
Didn't they do that with Starfield last
they did
time?
that for Starfield, yeah. But the
Yeah.
Starfield one was directly after. I don't know how they're doing this one because the article doesn't really say.
Gotcha.
But they do say that we're going to be getting info on Indiana Jones, Avowed, uh, Hellblade 2, and something called Aura History Untold. I don't know what that one is.
Hmm.
So this should actually be good. You know what? I'm more looking forward to this one than I was the last one because the last one, when they showed Redfall, and all we said was, dude, I played through what was it, Left for Dead? Not Left for Dead, Back for Blood or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this looks like he's gonna have the same issues. And we got told that we were hating.
Mm.
And even though we said we loved Hi-Fi Rush, we got told we was hating on Hi-Fi Rush. I'm like, when did we hate Hi-Fi Rush?
Never.
We never said that.
We speak positive about that game constantly.
So I'm gonna try to make sure that I keep our jokes. No, I'm not. Let me stop lying. We're gonna be joking the whole time. We're gonna joke the whole damn time. So uh it is what it is. I'm actually glad they're doing these because I actually find the developer directs to be fun
They're
and a
they're
little bit
they're needed.
informative. Yeah.
Yeah, they're needed for sure. It's just I like the concept. I like the idea, similar to what you talk about with the Treehouse Lives.
Mm-hmm.
But if your product isn't great, then that's when they kind of fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I mean, if they do show Indiana Jones, that'll surprise me first and foremost. Uh,
I'm interested. I'm cautiously optimistic. Is that
we'll see.
is that good? Is that good? I'm cautiously optimistic because that could go one or two ways. You can either go the Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Legacy way, where it's actually good,
Yeah,
or you can go a way where when we're talking about it in 2 weeks after release. you know, I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, because I mean, it couldn't be based off of a movie or anything because there's
No,
nothing coming out. So that means this will have to be an original story.
it probably is an original story. I mean, I hope it is. Um, that way you have more freedom to do stuff.
Right.
You know, But because remember, the only thing we got a couple years ago was they showed like a trailer with the desk, and you saw the glasses and the whip.
Right.
So I'm hoping that we actually get gameplay this time. Because y'all know me. I hate not seeing any gameplay. I don't mind
Mm-hmm.
cinematic trailers for these cinematic style games that they want to focus. They want you to believe that they wrote this great, outstanding story. You
Mm.
know,
Mm.
I don't mind seeing the first trailer of that, but at some point you got to show me some gameplay because I'm a gameplay over graphics guy. Graphics guy. I'm just
As you should. As you should.
so. I mean, that's basically what I am. Um, it's I'm hoping they show us some gameplay and not like 1 minute of gameplay and then they spend the next 30 minutes talking.
Well, like I said, I try not to set any expectations for these events.
Mm,
Not because I don't, trust them, but like you said, we've kind of gone into this range of, ooh, we got this compelling story and it looks really great. That lets me know that you're just more inclined to say that, hey, look, you're going to enjoy everything but the gameplay to me.
yeah, basically.
Like if you're not leading with the gameplay, then you already have me worried.
Yeah, I mean I think that's the other thing too, and I know why they're doing them like this because the guy that used to be at Nintendo, that did the Treehouse Lives is over there at Xbox now. Damon
Really?
Baker, I think it's Damon Baker was his name. He's over there,
Okay.
so I'm like, cool, but I'm like, we really do need to see. The thing that I liked about the Treehouse Live was they hardly ever showed you the story. They showed you the gameplay.
Yeah, they were already in there.
Yeah,
Like, hey, this is what we doing. This is how you control it. This is what we were thinking about when we did it.
yeah.
Like, they giving you a real breakdown.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that's what we get in this as far as Indiana Jones is concerned. Because
Right.
once again, I think that's supposed to drop this year. Well, it should, because that means it's because it's been in development forever. So
Indiana Jones has?
yeah, dude, we saw
Really?
that trailer like 2-3 years ago.
Oh, that don't mean forever for me. That
That
doesn't
that
mean that
that
means they
means
just got
forever.
started.
That means forever. Well, I mean, nowadays you kind of have to. Nowadays you
Yeah.
kind of have to be like that because you're like, okay, we got the Wolverine trailer before Spider-Man 2 was even done. And you're like, y'all hadn't even started working on it. Why
Right.
did you show us a trailer? So
Get you excited. Because
yeah,
I feel like they do play around in these console wars though. I really think they do. Because there'll be no other reason to show anything. Why
yeah,
would I come and show you anything that's 7 years out? Blade.
unless you don't have anything else to show. Because and I think like in the case of Microsoft, what was happening with them was everybody knew they bought all those studios, but it was like going on 4 or 5 years and nothing was came out about from any of them. So
I,
they was just having to show something. That's why we got the Everwild trailer. Like for what? Y'all don't even know what the game is.
I think even in that situation, right? I think you would be best suited to just say, "Hey, look, this is what we're doing. Like, yeah, we made these purchases. If you care to keep your audience that involved,
Yeah,
like to me, I don't even think you need them that involved because if you've already spent 500 with me, you ain't going nowhere. But
yeah,
ultimately,
he's not.
but ultimately, when it comes down to it, if you went and you kept all this public in the sense of, hey, I purchased 12 studios. All right, cool. Like, yeah, it's gonna take us a minute. The same way they said, hey, we won't really start seeing anything until like what 2023,
Yeah,
to where we would stop seeing this cross-gen stuff happening. I think at some point they really should just tell them, hey, look, yeah, we purchased it. I mean, we're working with the studios, expect something around this timetable, but don't just go and start throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it sticks.
yeah. Which is, and I hate to have to bring this up again because this is true. The pandemic did throw a lot of that stuff off.
Yeah.
So we do still
Hmm.
have, we're still feeling the effects of that. That's why
Which
last
is
year,
wild.
yeah, that's why last year was so packed, and that's why the first part of this year is going to probably be packed still because
Yeah.
you're going to get games on top of games just because some of the stuff was what they came out 2 years ago, but
Hmm.
they couldn't because of either the shipping issue that was happening or they weren't allowed in the office to work.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's a very true statement. I know people don't like No, that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. That's a fact. There's a
That's a
difference.
fact. There you go.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. There's
It's
no
not.
excuses. That's fact. They literally told you
Facts.
this is what held us up. Just because your life went back to normal doesn't mean theirs did.
Yeah. And once again, every country was different. So
Correct. Yep.
in some of these,
Japan got hit a little bit harder in certain
Yeah.
situations from
yeah,
the pandemic.
Exactly.
and certain parts of Europe too, because some of these they weren't even allowed to do half the stuff that they was trying to do. So you had people working on their specific part and couldn't get in touch with the art department or the So
Hmm.
that's just what it was. So yeah. Now the other one that I'm actually kind of sort of looking forward to, not really looking forward to. I'm just interested in seeing what they do because we ain't seen that the last 3 times they done showed it. Is Hellblade 2.
Yeah.
Because that last trailer they showed was some bullshit. All right, that just was. They showed me a dark cave.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a base.
hold on. It wasn't just the dark cave. It was a dark cave that was breathing.
My bad, I forgot they was using the DCEU graphics engine for that one. I forgot about that.
True. 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 True.
So I mean, that's why I'm like, I want to see what they, I want to see what are they bringing. I hope they're showing us something new and not that same thing again because I hate when they do that.
You mean gameplay?
Yeah, no, well, yeah, but they tried to say. Remember, they tried to say that trailer was gameplay. I'm like, but nothing happened.
But that's
No, it
fine. Like
wasn't.
let's say that there was some gameplay in there. Anytime when a developer comes to us and says we want to show you gameplay, they put out a section, nobody's talking, and it's somebody literally playing through a section of the game. They have yet to do that. I don't know, but then again, I'm still one on the fence that's saying, "Hey, I played the first one. Why are you investing so much money in the second one?" I don't get it. I
Well,
don't
you know they
understand.
got all them awards for I forgot what it was that they was because it was some for mental health and stuff for that first game. And I'm like,
Fantastic. Go to a therapist.
okay,
I don't know.
that's nice, but
Yeah.
I
I
mean
don't, but
that's
that's
nice. I'm like,
I
it's
don't-
nice, but I'm like, I'm glad that that's what y'all took from it. I'm glad, but
I mean, but didn't Celeste do the same thing?
yeah, it did the same
Let's
thing.
be
Yeah,
exactly. Now I would see you put money in Celeste because
yeah,
from a gameplay standpoint, Celeste was crazy.
yeah.
Now Hellblade was a good game, but when we talk about the entire experience, headphones, it was just more of that. It was just an experience. It was. I don't think the gameplay was wild. I really. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Call me
Okay,
a hater. That's fine. I don't care. But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
ultimately,
yeah. The
if you gonna
same
put
reason
money
why
into something, it wouldn't be that.
it's the same reason why I couldn't get into Death Stranding.
There you go.
I'm not playing a walking simulator. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And when I was doing that the first, I'm like, dude, is anything going on? Okay, 2 hours in, dude, this is getting on my damn nerves. 3 hours in, Kojima, me and you about to have a talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. That is 48-16 now. God dang. Um,
Oh shit! I was wondering what he was talking about. I was like 48-16. What's
oh boy,
48?
the
No,
Cowboys
okay.
getting destroyed. They getting destroyed. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. Like I said, January 18th. I'm hoping, like I said, I hope we see some actual gameplay from Hellblade 2. And Avowed, I'm interested in learning more about.
Yeah,
I'm interested in
for
learning more
sure.
about Avowed. So
100%.
yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing on Thursday. So y'all ready for the rumors?
Hey, that's what we live for.
All right. So chat, we're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna go over some of these rumors that we've heard, and then we're gonna make some up completely.
Look, I already got you started. Look,
Go for it.
Rumor has it that's Broadway. You already know what's up.
Yeah.
Like
no,
rumor
just
has it.
look under my name. That's what I'm saying.
When it
Look
comes
under
to
my
the
name.
Soldier Boy,
Hey, the Soldier Boy Odin. Don't say I ain't never bought nothing. That's what it
I'm just thinking about
is.
how he tried to go bootlegging a bootleg console. How do you bootleg a bootleg console?
Bro, like as if we don't know what drop shipping is. Are
Dude,
you
man, on
serious?
Hood.
Like,
Hey, dude, look, dude, it's on Hood.
like we know what drop shipping is, sir.
Yeah.
This isn't
Then he
new.
goes on. Then he go on the Breakfast Club talking about how he getting in the games industry and he got all these licenses. Like, yeah, you
No,
bullshit.
you don't.
Now, you
No,
know
you
you
don't.
bullshitting.
You ain't got that much money, bro. No,
Ain't
you
no,
don't.
ain't no way Nintendo giving you the license to put Mario on shit.
No. Hell
Mm-mm.
no. Nah, bro. You ain't getting licenses like that, dude. Nah. If Microsoft having trouble and they $1 trillion company, you not getting them licenses, bro.
No.
You not. So,
Just
so
that tour was funny as hell. So I had to include him in some rumor in some way.
now the first one, because so we gotta go with the Switch one because for some reason nobody knows the code name to the doggone successor console, so they just been naming it what they've been naming it. See, you went from Switch Pro to Switch 2, so I'm
Switch
personally
Pro.
going for the Super Nintendo Switch
Oh yeah.
Ultra Championship Edition, but that's
Oh
just me.
damn. See, this isn't now. If it was up to Capcom, yeah, but
Capcom, that motherfucker would have 15 different names.
boy, Capcom just be wilding. They'll let you know you just get away with whatever, bro. Like,
Like, who is in their naming department?
you get an easy
Somebody
check.
that need to be smacked.
Hey, Wilton, yeah, man, I'm feeling better, man. Thanks for asking. All right, so we know about we know the successor is coming. We don't know
Mhm.
nothing else though. Nintendo's literally said nothing.
Nothing.
So everybody that's claiming to know the specs and all that, I would take that with a
Major grain of
McDonald's
salt.
sized grain of salt. McDonald's French fries grain of salt. How they just shake the whole damn thing. Because, bruh, we got some people who actually think that the thing is not as powerful as a PS3. That is what some people are saying. I'm like, are you?
which is weird because that means they're going backwards. Because then
Yeah,
that would say that it's weaker than the Wii U, which we
yeah.
know that's not the case. And
That is
then
not the
we
case.
could like just it don't make sense. It doesn't make any sense.
None of it does, and it never does.
Yeah.
Because
But
here's the
no,
thing: we go through this crap every generation.
Mm-hmm.
Because at some point somebody uses words like teraflops, and nobody understands what the hell that means or what it does. Then we got to what this generation ray tracing got thrown around, and no one understands what the fuck it does. So it's like they cling to these buzzwords, and then they start looking at the specs of it, right? So when we were
hold
talking about
on.
was that
I got a new buzz phrase for you though.
which one was that?
Industry standard frame rates.
Oh god damn.
Bro, if I hear one more thing about industry standard, there's nothing in industry standard. Like nothing. Like
It's
not even the
like they got a
controllers.
like we got a whole board together and everybody agreed that you have to do this or you cannot release your game. That has not happened.
Bro, I'm telling you, we need to do like video game bingo and just put
Yep.
all the buzzwords on there and just do that with the crew. Because honestly, at this point, when we were looking at RAM, I think I saw a conversation with Shadow, one of many, about the whole RAM thing. Because even Trey was going back and forth with somebody about that because people sit on RAM. Like RAM is important. Yes, we get that. But
but
the only
not.
reason why people sitting with it right now is because the Switch got bashed for having what it was supposed to have before. I guess what Capcom made them switch it or
Yeah.
suggested that they switch it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like we all know, there's no one component that would change the whole outlook of a console, right?
No.
Because you got some developers that focus on CPU, some developers that focus on GPU. Like it just depends on what they do.
And,
No, I don't know, man.
and to be completely fair and honest, if you really did care about how much how much RAM space you got, you only play on PC. You
But they're
wouldn't get
not.
you wouldn't get a console.
They're
A
not.
console is a solid state drive. It's only designed to do this thing. It's not meant to do, you know, it's not meant to do all the other stuff. That's why it's a solid state drive. If anybody ever got like a Chromebook or
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying, or a thin client, You know what
Yeah.
those are. They are tasked to do a specific thing.
Very
with a
specific.
Yeah, very specific set of tools at your disposal. That's it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, it always gets changed when the system in itself comes out, and you can't even blame the developers, right? Because
Mm-mm.
my thing is, if I, as a developer, says, you know what, I only want to focus on PlayStation and Xbox because they're x86. I don't want to deal with nothing else. I'm already pressed for money and time as is. That's where I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to put it. But they didn't put it over there because Switch too weak for the run. No, that's
No.
not how that works. Did they tell you that? Like,
Yeah.
stop saying that because that's not the case. I don't understand people's mentality behind it, especially for something you don't even play. Why do you care so much?
Yeah, and
Why?
stop saying that. And stop saying that. Oh, I'm just caring about all of gaming. No, you don't.
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't.
No, you don't. You care about bragging.
Yeah,
That's
and
all
the
you
funny
care
thing
about.
about it is, for everybody to always say, "Well, this and this can't run." Borderlands 3,
Oh yeah, that one was floating around for a
Doom.
minute before it showed up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because remember,
Hellblade.
Borderlands. First it was Dragon Ball Fighters. Dragon Ball Fighters
yeah.
supposedly couldn't run. Then it was Kakarot, can't run. Then it was then it was one more
Witcher.
game
Witcher
before.
had some
It was
love too.
which was at the beginning. Which was
Yeah.
that was the very first one, I think. Then it was Borderlands 3. There's no way Borderlands 3 could possibly ever run on. It's on there now. It's on there now.
Mm.
It's
But
on there. I'm like, what
but
the-
it doesn't run the same way the PS5 and
That's
the
moving the
Xbox run it.
goalposts.
yeah,
No one
yeah,
can't.
because
That's
because
moving the goalposts.
it actually has gyro support. So you're actually right. Um, so yeah, I mean,
I don't know what they want because let's be honest, right? When we look at where everything is going, well, outside of Sony and Microsoft, it looks like hybrid's the new thing, right? Because I
yeah.
mean, literally, there's a hybrid console that comes out of Japan damn near every 2 seconds. But
Apparently.
it really does because A and Neo is wild. Like, there's no reason for you to have like 6 freaking handhelds out by the end of the year. But ultimately, if we're going to go this route, a lot of people might like to make the comparison to the Steam Deck for whatever reason they leave the ROG Ally out. I really don't know why, but if you're
It's
talking about
Microsoft.
yeah, because it runs Windows. But at the end of the day, when we look at Steam and Linux, and we look at the ROG Ally with Windows, even with A and Neo with the Loki Max, and then even with AYN doing theirs, like Steam was possible because they didn't mind taking that hit because they get their money from Steam. They don't mind taking that hit on that device. Now, try to play games on that device outside of Steam. It's very hard to do. And then even in the beginning, people are like, "Oh, don't worry about that. Just dual boot it." I don't think a lot of people did that because
No.
that's just not as fluid as you think it is. So then you bring in the ROG Ally. Their main issue right now is like the SD card keeps messing everything up. But outside of that, as far as gameplay wise,
I
you're
heard that
playing.
smooth.
It's
Heard that.
smooth, but you have to play a lot of stuff on low.
Yeah.
Like you have to. So if the narrative is, can it run it? That's one thing. Can it run it well? That's another thing. So you have to understand you have to pick and choose because even when you talk about these devices, at max, you're chugging out 2 or 3 hours. Like
Yeah.
you're not getting a lot of playtime behind it. Yes, you can dock it. Yes, you do it, but it looks bad blown up on your TV. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, you have to pick and choose. It takes sacrifice to have a handheld like this. It's the same thing, like not to get too off into the conversation, but Apple just announced their Pro Vision of when it's coming out, right? People were like, oh, and this is amazing. That thing is still attached to a battery, and you can also plug it up for it to stay consistently up. But 2 or 3 hours for something that's 3,500, like you have to really think about what you're paying for because they're taking cuts, and Nintendo's never going to take that cut. Not on a device, they're not. So when we look at things that could potentially outdo a Steam Deck or get close to really running these games at 1080, 60, probably a little bit higher, those devices are running you thousands of dollars because, like I said, A and Neo is not taking no cut. You're
No.
paying them 1,200, and for a device that's actually smaller than the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and they're gonna get their money.
oh yeah, they're gonna get their bread because they know people gonna pay for it. But at the end of the day, I think the people that are talking about, oh, it can't match this, it can't match that. Of course not. It's in the handheld form.
And it's not. It wasn't supposed to.
And it's not supposed to. It's supposed to just play the freaking game. Now, if you have these developers, which we're gonna see it again when we go into this next generation, there's gonna be some people that disappear. I mean, every generation we have developers that go away because this rat race can't be held up. Just can't happen. So I don't know what they want, but ultimately, what you keep asking your developers to do, ultimately is going to get your developer sent home.
I mean, they're going to close shop. They can't.
Yeah.
They can't.
Can't
Dude,
sustain it.
Iwata didn't lie in
Yeah.
2006, 2005, or 2006. Iwata didn't lie. It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not.
And nobody wanted to listen to him. And lo and behold, guess who's been right the whole damn time?
Yeah.
The guy who actually developed games.
Yeah.
Go figure. And not the exec that the Bobby Kodaks of the world.
Correct.
That's just like, oh, hey, yeah, take the. We need you to release that game, but sir, we promised people a campaign in Overwatch. I have to get the biggest yacht on Earth, and I had to get it in November. Release the game.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And then Triple M, even to your point, like if the Switch was bigger, it probably would get a little bit more juice out of it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you really stop and look at how small the Switch is compared to that Steam Deck or that ROG Ally. And those still ain't putting out, and then as loud as they get too. My son was sitting next to me the other day. I think he was playing what was it? Combat Masters. It's like the shooter. And I'm like, dude, what the hell are you playing? Like, I'm like, yo, ain't no way. Like, that's just a distraction in itself. And he's like, Dad, my Steam Deck's kind of hot. I was like, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. And for other people, and for people, and I know I've said this 100 times before, but y'all don't really want a 4K
You don't.
handheld. You don't.
You don't.
Your hands gonna burn.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of wasted effort.
Yeah. Your
It
hands
really
are gonna
is.
burn. I'm telling y'all, because half of y'all got new phones. Throw that mug in 4K mode. Throw it in 4K. Throw it on 4K and watch a YouTube video. Just a 5-minute YouTube video. Watch it with 4K turned on to see what happened in your hand.
Hell, do it at half that.
Yeah.
And watch how fast your battery drain too.
Yeah, and Broadway, you right too. We live in an era to say I have something. Like I remember when iPhones used to be a luxury item. Like you had to be with AT&T stupid asses to even get it, but it was like, but it was a luxury item. So now it's like, oh, I got the best, greatest, and in reality, you don't even have the best of nothing because, like you said, you don't have a PC. So. So what you got now ain't running with no 4070. It is no 4090 or whatever. Like it's not doing any of that. So
and half the games wouldn't run anyway because they ain't designed to run like that.
And it's not.
That's the other thing. I'm like, where are y'all getting these specs from?
No.
Where?
I don't know.
Which brings us
listen. The specs coming from a wish and a prayer.
Look, this brings us to our next rumor of discussion. The PS5 Pro. Y'all heard about that one?
People still running with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're running.
Oh yeah, and it's supposed to be out this year from what people said, but they're holding off to see what Nintendo's doing.
Nintendo does, yeah.
Okay. Do people realize how stupid it would be for Sony to release a PS5 Pro?
Yeah.
See, your son said it. Yeah, I was like,
yep.
But it's
daughter.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It would be pointless because one they already have they have literally one of the most powerful consoles in existence. So why would you take the risk of having your company basically shut down to release another platform after you just did a revision of the PS4?
Yeah.
And on top of that,
which also cost them a bunch of money.
You're just 3 years in, and your first 2 years was in a pandemic, which means you wasn't making no money.
And on top of that, they don't have that many exclusive games for that platform. So it'd be a huge waste of money.
Bro, and the other thing that's funny about it, because a lot of people don't notice, but every time you see that PS5 on there, if you notice in small print, it says also on PS4.
Yep.
Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is coming to the PS4. That's a new game. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. That's supposed to be PS5 and so beautiful. Now that it's coming to the I played the demo on the PS4. I don't have a PS5. I have a PS4.
Right.
PS4 Pro is what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
See?
Your child knows. But so Dark Void, great question, right? So I've asked this question myself because you do hear a lot of developers saying, hey, you know what? I just didn't have what I needed to get my vision off the ground, right? Or, we look at things like a Pro from the PS4 standpoint. Like we said, the CPU was old out the gate. Like the Jaguar was old out the gate. So they said it was holding back some stuff. I don't know. I felt like the Pro was meant to just preserve that generation, if you will, to kind of keep them in it while they were working on the bigger thing. But I feel like that's a waste too, because a lot of Sony ponies, and I'll say this, like they felt a little shot with the PS5 because it was like if the PS4 Pro didn't exist, I would have felt like it was a significant jump. But because the Pro existed and I went and bought the Pro, when that 5 showed up, it really didn't hit me like it should have. Minus the fact that, like you said, PS4 games are still coming out. Like it's just
you're not gonna ignore, from a business standpoint, you're not gonna ignore 120 million people. You're not.
You're not. No.
You're just not.
I don't know.
Especially when the platform you got that's supposed to be the new platform ain't really doing the numbers y'all thought it was going to do.
Well, the other thing too with the Pro and even with the Xbox One X, I think those were designed to try to, because remember all the promises that was made when PS4 and Xbox One came out, because they had to go up against the Wii U.
Right.
So the whole thing was, oh, this is true 1080 60. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Still wasn't. So the Pro and the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X were, I think, at that time was designed to be like, hey, remember all those promises we made like 2-3 years ago? This is the one that's going to uphold all the promises we made. God.
But here's the thing.
Which again was pointless.
Yeah.
This one will be pointless too, because once again, there's no 8K.
There's
but it's on that PS5 box.
Now, but we have to blame Google for that one, because like remember we said that during that first Stadia Connect when they came out with Phil Harrison came out and was like, oh yes, we'll be able to get all the way up to 8K. I'm like, why are you saying that?
Hey,
we all said this. Me, you, and Dre all said it's like, why did he just say that?
We did, but hey, did nobody tell Sony goofy asses put that on the box? Yeah. But they did have somebody defending them, and I'm like, hey, look, kudos to you for holding that down. And people was like, hold on, they haven't even given you 8K, and they brought up the Tourist. I was like, you really gonna bring up that one game to justify that 8K on that box? Cut it out. You're not that dumb. Come on now.
The thing is, though, who's out here rolling around with an 8K television?
Oh, trust me, there's some idiots.
How many people roll around with 8K televisions?
I know. Sony Bravia has an 8K version.
Yeah,
I know.
No, I'm not talking about the company.
No, he's not talking about TV. He said how many people are out here. Yeah.
Oh, no, hell
not the company.
Well, number one, you ain't got no 8K TV because them things cost like the cheapest one I've seen is like $5,000-$6,000.
Yeah, so like,
sure.
But you setting up your PlayStation on a wall mounted television. At that point, you might as well just get a projector and lay the screen down.
Might as well.
You might as well, yeah. But I mean, that's the cheapest TV I've seen. It was like and I was in Costco when I saw it. It was like a 80-inch, I think it was called Aqueous, and it was like supposedly got up to 8K, and it was like 5,500 or something like that.
What is the point?
I don't know. I do not know.
There's literally no point for that, because we got companies that can't even do the stated 4K that they're talking about.
They can't.
That's what Master Detective just said. Like, we can't even get the 4K. Like, get your 1080 60 right first, and then let's move to 4K.
Bruh.
I was just about to say they barely got 1080. They barely got 1080 right.
Look, because I remember when I got that email when I bought Avengers, when I bought Marvel Avengers, they told in the email it clearly stated, if you wish to play this game on 4K mode, it's going to be locked at 30 frames a second. I'm like, that ain't what y'all was telling people.
Yeah.
Then I got a email from Ubisoft about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If you want to play this game in 4K, it's going to be like the 30 frames a second. That's what y'all told these people. Y'all told them it was going to be 4K 60.
I'm guessing for all those people that wanted to play in 4K that got motion sickness because it was too slow. I feel sorry for you. I can't play a game below 60
bruh,
frames per second because it literally makes me sick. I would love to know how. Because
my thing is, but then
if
they'll
you watch
go.
television, ain't no way.
But then, yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you go to the movies, the vast majority of films you go watch are 24 frames a second.
Mm-hmm.
And the highest you're gonna get is 48.
Yeah, there was a couple of them that did 48 because not all of them do 48. I think the only person who really still does that is Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan stuff he does 48 because he's the distinguished director. But because people got mad when Peter Jackson put it in The Hobbit, they were like, "Man, I it don't look right." Like, wait a minute, but you
feels like it's
love
moving too
saying
fast.
you can't play games unless they're 60 frames a second. That movie, Desolation of Smog, is in 48 frames a second in the theater, and you having trouble seeing that? Then are you lying, or are you telling which one is it? And then when these came out, it was just like, oh yes, I can't play. I don't understand how any of you guys play things that's 30 frames a second. It hurts my eyes. I'm like, you do realize that game you just said that runs 60 frames a second, it's been noted that it can't maintain that, and it usually dips between 30 and 45. You do know,
or the people that say that will go and play retro games that are below 60 frames a second.
Don't even get me started with that crap. Don't even get started. Like literally, those be the same cats. Like, oh, nothing's releasing, but then Sonic got released again for the 55th damn time. I was like, why are you so excited about this? But all right, yeah, sure. But there you go. See, yeah, other than that, man, I don't know. Like for me, I don't know why there would ever be a pro. The PS5 is only what 4 or 5.
No, 2020, so it's 3.5 years old.
Wow. So I mean, to bring a pro version, I mean, we used to have the era of okay, you're gonna release a slim around the time because parts were a little bit cheaper, so you can then make it a little bit smaller. But they're going backwards. We're gonna give you a stronger console, maybe, and we're gonna raise the price on you. I don't know, man. It's I don't get this anymore. I'm like I said, the moment Nintendo tap out is when I tap out of gaming, dude. I think that's why I'm done.
I think that's going to be for the majority of us.
Like
to be fair, yeah. Well, and they're gonna tap, and Sony and Microsoft are gonna tap out too because they ain't gonna have nobody to cheat up. I mean, I didn't understand that whole PS5 Pro situation because I'm like, why would you even want that?
Yeah,
because it's gonna cost more.
Exactly.
And you complain about $70 games now.
Well, I mean, the fact right now, what we just saw them finally getting ready to release a DualShock that has more than 3 fucking hours of battery power. So, like, look, at this point,
how much does that DualShock cost?
They haven't even said it yet. So if the standard one is
150.
150, if you charge me 150 for extra battery for something you were supposed to give me anyway,
jeez.
It's gonna be 150.
Like I said, I'm taking off my consumer hat and putting on my business hat. Kudos, because they're gonna buy it. They're gonna pay for it.
The idiots are gonna buy it. Yeah,
they're gonna pay for it. That you just sold a dual edge for 200, the portable or the PSP for 200. Now you about to drop a DualShock or DualSense, excuse me, with 12 hours for 150. The regular one's still at 70. Sent out another like a remake of the PS5. Hey, look, Sony, kudos, bro, kudos. And you sent out a VR that you don't touch. Kudos. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate you, Sony.
All this for a console that has barely any exclusive content.
Get your bread, Sony. Get your bread.
What do you mean barely any exclusive content, man?
Get your bread, Sony.
I mean, what they just hit like double digits for exclusive games.
Did they?
They literally just hit double digits for exclusive games.
Damn.
What's up, Shadow?
Hey,
we 3 years in. 3 years.
Get your bread, Sony. Get your bread. Get your bread.
Didn't Nintendo have about 10 exclusives in the first year of the Switch?
That lets me
Yeah.
know they need to dial it back. Then dial it back.
Yeah.
Dial it back.
I mean, that's one thing I will say. Like Nintendo been putting out games. Like you ain't gonna sit up there and say they ain't been putting out content. Yeah.
Well, they can afford to put out games because they ain't got no daggone $300 million budgets.
Yeah, they don't.
Right.
Yeah,
Or they can spend maybe $1 million and make 25 million off of a single game.
Yeah.
yeah. Because I think what's the most expensive game they built? Is it still Breath of the Wild? Is the most
Tears of the
expensive?
I
Kingdom.
think I want
Yeah.
to say I
Tears
think
of the
Tears of the
Kingdom,
Kingdom
wasn't
probably
it?
overtook that.
But they probably made that all back by now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure they made that all back within the first month.
Yeah.
Was my answer.
The shadow. Hey, apparently your signal got put out. Shadow.
Uh
Yeah,
oh.
they don't want you talking.
They don't want me talking right now? Okay.
No,
Hold up.
no, it's so let's get your thoughts on it. So we talking rumors. So this whole PS5 Pro thing. Any thoughts on it?
If my audio is good, yeah, I can PS5 Pro just confirms more of the BS, man. It's just we keep pushing the envelope along to the next the next how can I say this technological leap instead of just saying, hey, developers, do your damn job. Like, you have this platform in front of you. You know what it is. You know what the limitations are. Work around them and make a really good game.
Yeah.
They keep pushing the Overton window to the right and keep saying, well, we need more specs. Like at this point, if your game was gonna be that great, make it for PC.
Thank you.
Make it for PC. Then there's no limitation. If you notice, there's no game really like that. There used to be back in the day, like you had your Crysis and your Far Cry and your Doom 3 or what have you, that would just be, look, consoles just aren't there. Let's make this game based on the technology that we have available right now and maximize it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't see people doing it. What ends up happening is it'll be a port of a PS5 game. So I don't want to hear the excuses. It's just crazy to me. So and I keep hearing the all the excuses of well this new GTA 5 is going to be really really big or whatever blah blah blah. I'm like, that project started off as a PS4 game.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you mean we need all this other stuff now? And I'm like, it's going to be frustrating for people with a base PS5 to end up playing a game like that in 2025 in 1080p.
Yeah.
What happened to the power of the SSD?
Shadow, you're absolutely right. It needs to be in
It don't
10K.
exist.
It needs to be in 10K. That's the only way to play it is in 10K. 10K. You're right.
What happened to the power of the SSD?
Boy.
Do everything. But that's what's going to end up happening. There's going to be some type of mode or whatever, right? And it'll support 4K, but it'll be a nightmare. And then they'll have a performance mode, which will be 1080p. That's exactly what's going to happen. You heard it here first. Bookmark this podcast. That is going to happen.
Oh, don't worry. They're going to bookmark it all right because our ratio going to be way down on the dislikes.
Yeah.
Don't be making fun of Sony, man.
Look,
hey, remember, I didn't make fun. I told them to get their bread because apparently people gonna buy it. Go ahead and get your money.
Don't worry, Microsoft about to get that work next.
I said this either on Twitter or YouTube. I said just everybody now, just stop. Go and look at GTA 5 on PS3.
Correct.
Just go and look at it now.
Yeah.
And then go back and look at all the trailers that Rockstar North was putting out before that game actually launched. And then it launched without the online mode. And they had to wait and they had to re-review the game because this game had so much clout, they couldn't give it a bad review day one. So they had to wait and give it
what was it, like 6 months before they did the review for the online? Yeah, I remember
but let a Nintendo game do that.
Oh, they trashed what was it?
I think Mario Tennis was one of them.
They trashed ARMS. They trashed Mario Tennis. They tried to trash golf, but everybody loved that golf rush mode, so they couldn't trash it. Nobody was
Switch
listening to 'em.
Sports.
Yeah, Switch Sports, they trash. Like, yeah, they've been trashing. So I just
trying to
find
make
the whole
every-
GTA 5 thing. I find the whole GTA thing funny to begin with, anyway. Because if they're not complaining, talking about how so much more sophisticated this game gonna be, they calling it woke because they mad that there's a female protagonist.
That I
Like,
don't.
Even though there was one for GTA
Yeah.
3, the first three GTA games technically had female protagonist characters.
Yeah.
Even though in the third game she became an antagonist right after that first mission.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't understand this whole like just go play any other video game. You'll find a female protagonist.
Yeah,
You'll find
you
plenty of
will.
them.
Like, what are y'all mad? I thought Florida people would be mad because they were like, hey man, stop making fun of my state. But no.
Nah,
Hey,
nah,
if
Florida
you
on
from
board.
Florida, yeah, I'm about to say Florida better shut up. Like I
Florida
see
like
y'all,
this.
I see that GTA trailer every day, my friend.
I was just about to say,
like
Florida's
the
on board.
Florida reference is accurate.
accurate to the T.
They are fully on board with this. Down to
I'm
the
about to
dudes wrestling crocodiles.
That,
I'm
that
about to
Joker
say-
dude is the only one that's complaining, bro. They are very accurate.
Yep.
He mad because he ain't getting paid.
Like the only
Right.
thing they missing is Cat Williams randomly running somewhere. That's the only
Yeah.
thing you missing.
That's it.
That's gonna be in DLC.
I'm sure. I'm pretty sure.
DLC.
Man, they should do Atlanta. They should.
That would
What?
be wild.
They
Like,
should do Atlanta.
That would be wild.
They should do one.
do not do Atlanta. Do not do
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Have you? Yeah.
It's about to be in Magic City.
There's so many characters. There's so many caricatures.
They're gonna be at Magic City, Strokers.
So many clubs. So many
112.
airport missions.
No, the airport mission is gonna be ridiculous.
Man.
And then you got no way to get out 75 and figure out which Peachtree street you're supposed to be on.
Yeah.
Right.
All 19 of them.
Yeah.
That's which.
Hey man, I need directions. What is that? Oh, it's right off Peachtree.
Yep. Which one? Peachtree Street, Peachtree Road, Peachtree
Oh yeah,
Boulevard.
Detroit too. Yeah.
Oh, Detroit,
They got a lot of areas they can touch.
The
Sure.
D. It's so cold. Let me stop.
All right, so
Yeah.
so this is the part of the podcast that's probably gonna get us the most dislikes. Let's talk about Xbox rumors.
Yay! What rumors they got floating right now?
What not Sunset Overdrive, Hi-Fi Rush and
the Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh
situation.
yeah.
So the Hi-Fi Rush situation, which, okay, to be completely fair about this entire situation, I am not one for, if it is truly an exclusive, then no, it shouldn't go anywhere else. It shouldn't, because that's your game. But to be fair,
that's Shinji Mikami too, though, and
Yeah.
a lot of people worked on that game.
yeah. But to be fair, and this is the part where people get mad at Microsoft. Microsoft ain't never said that they wouldn't send stuff nowhere else.
Never.
Microsoft, I done told people, Microsoft is not Capcom. They are not allergic to money.
I appreciate that, Dark Void. Appreciate that.
And they
It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. They
But the game was
covered
over.
up
The game
dead.
was over halftime, man.
Yeah, look, they made
Appreciate
up for it.
But yeah, like they're not Capcom. They're not allergic to money. So if their stuff ain't selling, they gonna put it where it's gonna sell. They had Minecraft. They didn't have to put Minecraft nowhere. Minecraft's a billion seller, ain't it?
But
Yeah.
It almost would be wrong if they didn't put it everywhere, though. Like, because everybody is synonymous, and it was already starting to be on PlayStation, I think, before the acquisition happened.
Yeah, I believe
What the PlayStation version, I think, was already pretty much done.
Yeah, I think so.
So-
I think that version was done.
So it kind of be like
But
kind of a sword. I don't know, man. And of course, yeah, you got to support Nintendo at that point too. When they put that Wii U, bro, okay.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, if that was the case, they wouldn't have did that. If that was, I don't. Now, do I think Halo was going to go anywhere? No, I don't think that's going. Do I think Gears of War going anywhere? No. The only thing I think is going to happen with Halo, some kind of way, Master Chief is getting into Smash. That's the only,
I don't think. I think Master Chief might come, but not in a Halo.
I got an idea.
What?
Halo Funko Pop game, just like they did Gears.
Oh god.
That could go to other platforms.
He's a Funko Pop.
I think Gears has more of a chance of being multi-platform than Halo does.
Yeah.
Than Halo does, yeah.
But that's why I say do
it
the
is
Funko
developed by a
Pop.
third
If it's
party.
chibi, they ain't gonna care.
Oh, like what Square Enix did with Final Fantasy 15. That
Yes, exactly that.
thing. Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like the only thing I can see like with Halo doing is like them letting Chief be in Smash, because once again, Smash Brothers is one of those games where if you put your character in, that's going to increase your sales anyway. Because people will be like, "Oh, so that's where this guy come from? Cool.
Right.
I'm gonna try this game out." How do you think all them Fire Emblem games started getting sold?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't nobody playing Fire Emblem like that before Melee?
I think the only thing that'll stay exclusive, I'm really close to thinking Hellblade 2 is going to stay exclusive.
It should, for all that money they're putting into it.
Halo, and then I don't know. I see Microsoft going back and trying to talk to Tecmo and keep Dead or Alive again, because that was a good partnership, and they ain't really been doing good with the deals they've been trying to do with Sony. So
and they've been charging out the butt for freaking costumes, like people are going to buy all that.
Yeah, like Microsoft just cut them a check and they made 2 games. So like,
when your DLC pack is $94 and your base game is $59, there's an issue.
Yep.
Like
There's an issue.
That's too much. Like I ain't buying like 30, 40 different skins for Kasumi. Just ain't happening.
And then they won't let you unlock this. That's the other thing. Like, it would be one thing if, like, okay, you ain't got to buy it, but it's going to take you a while to unlock it. You can't unlock it. You got to buy it.
All right.
Like, some of those costumes you actually have to buy. So they're going to get that money one way or another. I hate to compare Team Ninja to this, but that was some pimp stuff right there.
Well, you know how that goes, man.
That was straight up pimp stuff. Like,
Kasumi kicks high, man. She kicks high.
Get that money, baby. Get back on that street, baby. That's what they want to do. That's basically what they were going to do. I'm like, okay, but can I please get Dead or Alive Dimensions on Switch, since we asked for stuff for Christmas?
Yep.
That would have been nice.
Yep. And that lets you know that was the end of the Xbox contract right there. As soon as that was a launch game for 3DS, let's go.
Yeah.
Yep. That was
the end of the contract. Okay. Right, and it was basically the whole game, the whole series up to through 4. I'm like, hey, can y'all port that?
And that also lets you know that it was the new Sony contract as well, because it never made it to a Nintendo home console.
Yep.
Right.
So that's the whole thing where Sony's doing the thing where in Japan they can only be the home console with that version, and they're not even going to make the effort to make a US version if they don't have a Japanese version. So same thing with Capcom.
Which I'm actually kind of surprised we ain't got no new Ninja Gaiden game.
Now Ninja Gaiden is fine, and they just did the collection for Switch, so
yeah. But I'm just surprised.
Yeah, but we ain't got no new game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised we ain't got a new one.
Why?
Look. If they having so much trouble getting people to buy them damn costumes, they ain't gonna have the money to make a new Ninja Gaiden.
No, I mean, because like I know 3 was horrible on 360, but they fixed it for Wii U.
So they put Razor's Edge on 360 and
after
PS3 as well. I spoilers. I'm gonna do a comparison of all 3 versions. But the performance is still kind of.
But it was
it's
still
good. You got the extra stuff though. Yeah. So and they fixed the gameplay.
That game ran smooth on Wii U. Straight up, it was smooth on the Wii U. Like on 360, because I had it on 360 and it sucked. Got it on Wii U launch, and I was like, "This is awesome."
Yep.
So
no screen tearing, none of that.
None of that stuff. So what I would like to see from Microsoft, in all honesty, is like just them focusing on themselves and not be worried about don't be worried about Sony though. Just worry about you.
Yeah.
Worry about you.
You have Rare as a first party developer. They're not second. That you officially absorb them as a first party. I just don't like it doesn't make sense to me. Like the only output is DLC for Sea of Thieves. I can't. This other game still is nowhere to be found.
Right.
You know what?
Everwild.
Yeah.
No, but they could, in theory, and people might hate me for saying this. But they could make a spiritual successor to Diddy Kong Racing and just use
They
Banjo as
could.
the front character.
Yeah.
Yeah, just use Banjo. Yeah.
They're killing me because so they didn't even, they're not even going to do Perfect Dark. They're outsourcing that. So
Ugh.
like what is this studio doing?
We'll never see the triumphant return to Elvis.
Avatars.
Nope.
The triumphant return to Elvis, we'll never get it.
We won't see that. I mean, we just won't see that Rareware logo behind me anymore. Anyway,
No.
that's a thing of the past. It's not happening no more. It's Microsoft
No.
Game Studios. I'm just the talent they have. They have all of Ninja Theory, and I'm just wondering where is the production at this point, and like just give us something, anything. Like,
what happened in Ninja Theory? They used to have like so many interesting games. Now they only do in Hellblade.
yeah, apparently
They got absorbed.
which kills me because is as big of a game that is production wise, it's extremely linear. It's not it's not something that's just like, hey, this is vast open world, blah blah blah. The whole point is you're exploring, the whole mental health thing, right? So it kind of has to be linear because you got to be able to use sound and these other ways and these other visual cues and stuff, and you can't do that in an open world game. It's not gonna work. So I don't see the point of them spending all the time that they're spending to make this game, and we know what it's gonna be. Like, it's gonna be a sequel to Hellblade. So like, why are you taking so long? I guess.
Yeah. Why are we going through all this? You should already have assets and all of that. So what's the you
gotta make sure it runs at 8K 120 frames per second.
I mean, maybe that. Who knows? They might be adding to the combat. I don't know. Like, even though the combat kind of doesn't matter in the first game, it's still fun to do. Like, but maybe they're adding on to it and making that important somehow. I don't know.
Like I said, I think it just would have been fantastic if it came out in the beginning. Because if you were looking for this to be a graphical showcase, that would have been it. But now we're so deep into it, it don't really matter.
It don't matter anymore.
And plus, is it kind of wrong to say that we didn't hit that plateau already? That people need to work on their creativity because like this realism ain't hitting like people think it is.
It's not.
We hit that plateau like just before Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah. Creativity's been out the window.
Here's the thing. You got this massive game that looks great in 1080p, same game in 4K.
Yeah.
That's literally what's happening. And I saw this, I saw the writing on the wall with this back on the 540p consoles, the HD twins in 7th generation. And I'm like, they're just going to continue doing this and they're just going to throw more pixels at it. And that's literally what's happening. So I don't know. I'm still like, Microsoft has so much talent right now. And it just bewilders me, especially with the online presence and all that too. Like, can we get like another Crackdown or like something in between?
Well, I think half of the problem is they don't have anybody that is, and I'm not using this as a knock, I don't think they value creativity. I think they value, what they value is, hey, you saw them make $800 million, that's what y'all need to do.
There you go.
Crackdown was fun, and they threw that in there because they didn't think that it was going to sell well, and they were like, use this to play the Halo 3 demo. And I'm like, but this game is good, though. I'm going to buy that, too.
And one day trying to use Crackdown 3 to push Azure.
Yeah.
And
that's what was like they had the cloud stuff. Yeah.
And that's what killed that. Like, you can't. Yeah.
And I got people on Twitter telling me, no, Microsoft isn't trying to go all cloud.
Yeah, they are.
Do you forget who their CEO is? Like, do you not know?
Dude, like, okay, all right. They gonna get you gonna get Azure one way or another.
he been saying that before. Like, he tried to kill Xbox before he was CEO.
Yes.
So
the dude killed Nokia right after they bought him.
Yep.
Like, they bought Nokia, and that was in January, March. He let the whole team go. And just kept
Xbox, you need to go. Okay, we'll use Azure. You sure? Yeah, we'll use Azure. Okay, you can stay for now.
All right. What y'all doing?
I'm like, this man did go on to say that he hates the idea of exclusive content.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Because he wants to make money.
Exclusive content means you're just going to
exclusive content does make money though.
Yeah.
That's what,
He wants everybody signing into Xbox.
yeah, but he
Mhm.
wants you to. When they made the Xbox One, their whole thing was it's the centerpiece of your living room.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
that was the whole point. That's why when Phil Spencer came out and said Nintendo and Sony ain't our competitors, he wasn't lying. It was
Yeah.
Google and Apple.
And Akamai. Like
Yeah,
they want to take Akamai down. They want
Yeah.
everybody's connection. They want to be a CDN.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like when they said that Microsoft, he wasn't lying. People say he was lying. No, he wasn't, because
Mm-mm.
Apple and Google was what they was competing against, because
Yep.
they wanted your living room. They wanted all your stuff to go to them. Like
Right.
right now, people are usually hooked into their cloud via whatever they use the most. Me, I use Google because I have an Android phone, so all of my stuff
Right.
goes to the Google cloud. I know people that
Mhm.
all this stuff goes to the Apple cloud.
Mhm.
Microsoft, I do have stuff in my OneDrive, but that's usually stuff for like my tax stuff and stuff like that, because it has a bigger storage space. So I just throw stuff in there, copies of that stuff in there. But other than that, I'm primarily on Google. Microsoft wants you to be on theirs.
Yep.
They don't
Yep.
care about what Nintendo doing in the in game. They don't care about that. They really don't care about. So they probably laugh at Sony when Sony try to keep up with them, because they're like,
Yep.
we got more money than you. You know?
Mhm.
So that's the thing. I mean, and to be fair, that's why they don't like. I can see Hi-Fi Rush coming to Switch and Sony and PlayStation. I can see that.
Yeah.
They don't
Mhm.
care.
And like, you know, and I see you know, Wilson talking about he hates OneDrive in the chat, and I'm like, look here, you have no choice. If you use a Windows PC and you sign into a domain, like you have to force yourself to create your own local domain now, because Microsoft is like, no, just create your Microsoft account and sign in. What are you signing into? You're signing in Azure, bro.
And to be fair, most
Yep.
people, the reason why Apple, Google, and Microsoft made it like that, because they know that the most people don't know how to do that. But if I can make it easy for you, the end user, to do it, you ain't gonna have no problem once I show you how simple it is. So
Mhm.
most people, because that's why I got my mom set up on Google. She ain't going nowhere else because I ain't got time to explain it.
Yeah. I ain't got time for it either.
Yeah, I use OneDrive and Google Drive basically as a glorified scratch pad. Like if I need to move stuff from one box to another without having to do anything weird with thumb drives or anything like that, I do that. So
like if I need to keep like copies of stuff that I know I'm gonna probably have to use later, like my certs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll throw that in OneDrive because it's easier to move that at work than it is Google. For some reason at work they trip about Google, but they don't trip about OneDrive. Go figure.
It's the same process. Like,
Contact.
it's just strange how that is. Like, and that's most jobs too. They don't want you to sign into Google because then you can do all the things and sign into all the things.
Yeah.
But you can do it with OneDrive, and this is the exact same thing.
Exact same process.
Mostly, I think it's because that's what our people up top use. So that's why they okay with just
contract thing.
I would never forget they had blocked Amazon at my old job. They had blocked Amazon until the regional vice president had to order something for his child for graduation. They unblocked that mug and kept it unblocked.
Oh, of course.
Wow.
Of course.
Oh no, y'all finna unblock this right now because I got to get this sent tomorrow.
When the boss needs it, then it's activated.
But sir, this is a security risk.
Yep.
What did I say?
Exactly.
basically what that does. So yes, I mean Exodia, you're right. I hate it, but
it is
true. And especially now because Ubisoft's trying to run with games as a service. I'm like, Ubi, please stop.
Mm-hmm. So for people that don't understand, software or platform as a service, or it's the way it is.
It's the way things are going now. Unfortunately, that's why when you hear me say that people trying to do all these live services, it's not going to work, especially in the States, because the internet infrastructure in the U.S. is horrible depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
Like if you're in rural Georgia, your internet sucks.
Oh yeah.
If you're in Mississippi, if you're in Montana, if you're in North and South Dakota, if you're in parts of Oklahoma and Idaho and Iowa, your internet sucks.
Yep.
And God forbid a snowstorm, tornado, or hurricane happen. You probably be down for 2-3 weeks.
The nerd in me has me rolling my own cloud. So Kubernetes will go, and I will have my Docker containers, and they will run all the services. I don't even need servers anymore. I got individual instances for everything that I need.
Right.
And whenever I sign into the thing, and that thing goes, and it does what it needs to do. They all talk into their local domain right next to each other inside this virtualized container that moves around from device to device as I need. So I never have an outage or a downed node, if you will. So and eventually some people will get to doing that, and it's just great to not have to trust Apple or Google or whatever and say, oh, all my pictures are here, all of my songs are here. I'm always remoting back to my house somehow. Like once you get it set up, it's great.
You don't trust Apple or Google? How dare you?
I mean, I'll say this: Apple is $1 trillion company.
Yeah.
And I signed into photos one day and saw somebody else's photos. So if that can happen to a $1 trillion company, that's on top of security 24/7, it can happen to anybody else. Also, and if I saw that person's photos, chances are somebody else is seeing mine.
Well, I can't wait till they see mine. I can't wait till they see mine. They're gonna be like, this freaking nerd.
That's pretty much it. And a lot of 4K videos all you see from me. Like he's like, yep, you get to see the raw data before I edit it and put it on YouTube. That's all you'll see really for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, why does he have all these pictures of video games?
Mm-hmm. Like, man, it's called B-roll, son. It's called B-roll.
Man, mind your business. Mind your business. Let's make sure y'all. Oh man. But yeah. This is gonna be a fun first half of the year, man. I can already tell.
For sure.
Man, sandstorm out there freezing. That man hanging life out there, bro.
Ooh, -20. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, that's rough.
That means the move, sir.
Yeah.
Bruh, -22 with the wind chill. Hell no. Nah. With the wind chills, -22. Oh, I ain't going out the house. Oh,
that's the type of air that makes your skin hurt when you walk outside.
Yeah,
it was -7 and at the Chiefs game last night. So like, it's rough. It's bad. Whatever the storm is, it is hitting everybody.
Yeah,
and it is bad.
Everybody getting that work. Everybody getting that work. So yeah, but that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. We had a nice little convo going. Before we get out of here, though, I do want to say, if y'all have not had a chance to play the Prince of Persia Lost Crown demo, check it out. That game is fun.
Check it out.
Check that out.
I have one con.
What's that?
It's way too short. Like that
demo?
Stupid short.
But that's a demo, though.
Yes,
it makes you want to play more.
It does, but I think I was just getting into the groove, and then it was like, hey, here's this big fight. At least let me try out the first boss fight.
No.
And then
it's like, we're gonna suggest you getting it.
Yeah.
You got an E3 vertical slice. That's what you got.
I was like, man, I'm getting ready. I'm about to, because you let me do everything else.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me
and they actually gave some pretty cool powers.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get all of them. They gave the set they gave you for the demo. Actually, I'm like, okay, I can rock with this. I can actually rock with this. So yeah, that was fun. The other one that I found fun is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink.
Okay.
That demo.
They have a demo?
Try that too.
On PS5 and PS4, the demo's out.
Oh, okay. I might have looked then. Yeah.
I enjoyed myself. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I needed to go and say this first. I did like the anime too, so
okay.
I like the anime. Versus, I didn't really care for. I thought it was just all right for a fighting game-ish game. I don't know what the hell they were trying to do. But this is more my speed. It's an action RPG. It was more my speed. I put some gameplay up on the channel. I'll probably play some more of that tomorrow. Because I didn't do the side quest version of the demo that they have. Because they have the demo broke up into 3 parts. Story quest, side quest, and tutorial. I did the tutorial in the first part of the story quest until I don't know what I did, but I hit something on my controller and I kind of locked the game that was on me though. So that was me. That's why I had to cut it last night because I couldn't figure out what I did. So I really couldn't figure out what I did. So
It's like I accidentally pulled off a move too advanced for the game to complete.
I probably did. I don't know, but whatever. But I'll probably play the side quest thing tomorrow, just so people get a look at that. But I actually enjoyed that demo as well.
Okay.
So not too shabby, not too shabby. All right. So Andre, anything you want to pimp out?
Well, yeah. Today, 3 videos for Silent Play Sunday dropped. The first one was Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. The second one was another Code Recollection, which is the first portion, like that first hour and a half portion, because it's the demo of Two Memories, which was Trace Memory on DS over here,
Yep.
which I'm glad they went back to the original name. And I also did a Silent Play Sunday video for all the Mega Man fans out there for Mega Man Maker, so you can check that out as well.
Yeah.
Loud mouth. And I have to redo the video that I just put up because the
Yeah.
music. Thank you. Let me speak, please. Thank you. The
Ads are
music is
large.
too. The music is too loud, so I have to reprocess it because it wasn't that loud when I processed it. But
Mhm.
apparently, when I uploaded it, the music got out of hand. So I'm going to re-upload that.
Mm,
That should be up in the morning now.
Yep.
gotcha.
Cool,
Okay.
cool. All right, Shadow, what you got for us?
Yeah, channel dead. I may or may not stream Octopath Traveler 2 later on tonight. We'll see
You
how that
should.
goes.
You should
Yeah.
Hikari's story. Hikari's
I,
story first. Do that one.
I should yeah, one of the bosses is kicking my ass and I'm over leveled, but I believe that's one of the things where I need some type of immunity to one of the ailments that I get. So we'll figure that out, but I may stream that and then go from there, and then you get to watch me bump my head against this boss like repeatedly. Yeah. Other than that, it's just, I mean, that's how that game is. Like you run into bosses, like get good or continue dying. So that's
grindhouse. You got to grind on this.
Yep.
Just
Grind,
like
get good,
Default.
1 and 2. So
Brave Default, you better grind.
So it'll either be that, and then eventually I'm going to start streaming a little bit more this year. So there will be Killer Instinct, there will be Street Fighter 6, and who knows, I might actually finish this other game behind me too for this PS5, this God of War Ragnarok. So and I do have unboxings. Whether I want to upload those or not, I don't know. Like, just let me know. Like, my followers know what to do anyway. But just kind of let me know, because if y'all want unboxings, I have them since the start of the generation. Actually, I got videos for the Switch, the PS5, PS4, Xbox One, all of them. So just let me know. Series X, hold on. Let me know if you want me to do those or not. Apparently, people are interested in those, so I might upload those. So.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Unboxings, people love them.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that, but
that's
I
still
think it's
one of
more
my
about
best.
sharing everybody's excitement.
Oh
Exactly. Yeah,
and Steam
that's
Deck
still
and the different docks I have for Steam Deck. So
oh yeah, because I mean that's still one of my highest videos is the Switch Lite was unboxing that.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, people just love it.
I got an unboxing for that too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So just stay tuned.
All right. Jack.
As I said before, I do intend to actually start doing some live streams. Right now, I was just trying to get all my games for the most part to kind of put up a poll to see what people wanted me to play through first. But like I said, me going with that M1 has been the bane of my existence. Anything that I've run into, it sometimes it's compatible. Like when I run Rosetta, other things it just won't work. So this Elgato is just like no. So when you go to Elgato's site, they tell you the 60S Plus runs, but the S doesn't.
Yep.
And I was like, okay. And then ironically enough, they were like, oh, if you send it to us by April 2022, you could have swapped it out. I was like, I didn't know that at the time. That would have been a nice little press release that could have done. But ultimately, I have to get another capture card.
But they have to pay for it.
Exactly.
So the Black Magic Design ones work, but they're kind of expensive and they're PCIe. So depends on. And you got a Mac Studio? What
I got a Mini.
A Mac Mini. So
yeah,
you got to do USB C. So HDS Plus, I guess, is the only route to go really at that point. So
Yeah, I gotta see where, because apparently people are spiking the hell out of that in regards to pricing. I saw it the other day for like 300, but then the X was like 170.
mm,
I
So
went to the site and got mine.
yeah, so I'll take a look to see like which one I can get. But as of right now, I mean, I've pretty much loaded this thing up with as much as I possibly could, and I got me a 512 gigabyte SD card over the holidays for like $50.
yep,
And
Yeah,
so
that's
yeah,
about right. That's about
so
right.
I saw those
ultimately
deals.
I'm ready, man. I mean, shout out to Retro Gaming Core. That dude, he said he started his channel over the pandemic, just buying retro devices, and he has like a website, the video of a full detail guide how to set this whole thing up. And walking through that whole tutorial with him got everything on par by the time I got my Odin. Because it took a while to get here until I switched to color, and then the color got it here faster because I want the white one and then also the one that like a Super Nintendo, but those are the most sought after. So they were always out of stock. But yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to really like doing live streaming again. So I did it like when I first started my gaming channel. But doing it again and just really playing through some of these old classics, along with the followers, and just enjoying some of the games now to where I'm playing with Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Story.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, just enjoying those games and realizing like, hey, I haven't touched my Xbox. I haven't touched anything because just enjoying these games and having my kids enjoy them too. So it'll be nice to have them on. Of course, getting thumbs up from moms to do that, but for sure, I'm looking to start live streaming that pretty soon. The moment I get me a capture device, so we'll see.
All right, cool. Well, y'all know what that means, peeps. We will be here next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to hopefully, because we'll probably be going over the developer direct for Xbox, since as it is on Thursday. So remember,
Mhm.
we'll be here Thursday, hopefully live, depending on how traffic is. Me getting here on time. It's at 3. It's at 3, and there's another presentation right after it. So if
Right.
we're not on at 3, we're probably going to be at 6. So
Okay.
just so you know, and we'll be probably talking about that Sunday as well as whatever else happens next week. So thank you guys once again in the chat. We really appreciate you, and we will catch you guys next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out, people.
Peace.
Later.